Ladies and gentlemen, Woddy is back, and this time he brought Frank Beats. Frank Beats Woddy guitar session. Let's jump straight into this and see what's going on. Shout out Flex B. Shout out you for tuning into this video. Make sure y'all follow my socials and tune into my new song. Link in the description, man. Let's go. Nigga, love that hoodie. I respect it.
So much shit going on, I ain't trusting the soul. Gotta watch what I say, I don't know the move. Yeah, I know I'm the star, but I'm still trying to talk. I be thinking about bro, how the fuck you go? So I threw my mask on, truth to the snow. I got so many scenes, I was fucking with fro. We ain't got to the nine, told Nazi to throw. I told Tazi for thotties, you know how that go. Fall in love with the shit that she do.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he keeps throwing the at the end of every line. I personally don't know how I feel about that. Is that like his style? Because that's something he did when he did the M.59 No Links track. He was doing it, and a lot of people said they wasn't jacking his verse on that song because that's what he was doing. I fake like it because it feels a little different. Pause if needed. Hey.
What up? In my hood, I'm like Brownie was trying to go pro. Was spinning through Brian, was spinning through Joy. Cool one to the head, he cool one to the toe. When the bros got locked, I was feeling alone. Spinning, grinching up my chrome. Feds on my body, can't pick up the phone. I was feeling depressed, a lot of shit in my dome. Throwing the cape, I was moving like Claw. I remember that day, me and died in the park. Turning the beat when the shit get dark. Feeling like more, cause I got it with smoke. Shit hurt my soul, but he locked for a beat, but he still locked down, he collecting receipts. 11 BJ, remind me of me, be trooping through blocks, trying to go for the sleeves. Bow, bow, here's the ball.
I like when Frank Beats does these songs with artists because it gets them on a different vibe opposed to the typical dark drill beat. You see what I'm saying? Even when you listen to like the North Yankton guitar session with Yavi DG and then you listen to the actual North Yankton song, it's a whole different kind of vibe, but it's typically the same thing almost. You see what I'm saying? Like, the same thing goes for the Creeps guitar session. The same thing goes for the M.59 one. A lot of these be like switch ups, and I actually like that a whole lot. Like, Frank is giving something different to the scene. Pause if needed. You see what I'm saying?
In the spot with the slouch, we bout to get sport. Photo, Mars, that's really my heart. She looks so shit, she got shit towards the part. Like, that shit put us in pain. What you know about pinning through blocks in the rain? I was going that first after shit was a game. At the hot ball course, I shooting like this. If we talk about beats, got wave on the 7. Me hit the cut, start shooting like that. 3 times, break it, drop to 11. Ain't have a heart, I was moving like Kevin. Shit, baddie, love when she wearing her ring. Legit, I had to lace in my kick. Bro, they action, I had to flip. I know when I call my mom shit.
He said, I ain't have a heart, I was moving like Kevin. That's a terrible line, Woddy. I'm gonna be honest. That's a bad line. And this goes back to the analogy I have of middle school lunch table bars where you're freestyling with the bros, high school lunch table bars where you're freestyling with the bros, and then when you're freestyling with the bros and y'all are grown ass men and you're actually rapping for real. That was a middle school bar. I ain't have a. He say, I ain't have a heart. I was feeling like Kevin. Yeah, nah.
Shit was bow bow. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. I was broke, I was down, I was trying to go flip. No food in the oven, you gotta go quick. On court, I'm a starter, never on the bench. When I walk past dirt, I be screaming out drink. When I walk past bird, I be screaming out glitch. How can I like if I stay with a switch? Spin a barrel, I had to let up the sit that a cool cause he won when I go to the mix. Shouldn't do for the jump, she was never my bitch. We was getting themselves, the bitches did. I was like 14, still in the grip cause I know I couldn't like it, I know I couldn't slip. She a freako, she let me bust on her lip. What you know about hottie cause you on the tip? What you know about bending through block up the block, you ain't never gonna stop until somebody hit. Melly, you know we needed some fit. I know JP the Uda gon' go for the. I was always right there if he needed a assist. It was only 4 quarters we needed to win. How the hell I was ready to bend? We getting that story, be ready to spin. I be praying to God every door I'm a sin. I be praying to God every door I'm a sin.
Okay. Yo, this beat is crazy. Yo, the production and the guitar strings he was pulling on this one was fire. That was a good Woddy beat just now. That was tough. Woddy was definitely having a few lines on this one, good flows, good energy. A few lyrics was a little iffy on this, and he ain't saying nothing too crazy. He should have at least switched up his flow during the song. Yeah, now he did keep the same flow throughout the whole song, but this wasn't a bad track. So I give it a 7 out of 10. Y'all let me know how y'all felt about this down below in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Real Show Out. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out Frank Beats. Shout out Flex B. Shout out Woddy, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was not a bad track. He definitely has better songs than that, though. And I feel like that's the typical flow he does. But the beat selection and the pocket he can rap on differentiates when he raps on a certain type of beat. You see what I'm saying? Like, Hitless is a different Woddy. No Links is a different Woddy, but it's a similar flow, especially towards the go to the hell, we out to the, you know what I'm saying, real spell. Like, that's that whole kind of flow he was doing. And that flow is cool, but I don't think that's something you do for a majority of a song, and I don't think that's something you do for more than 2 lines. You see what I'm saying? Because at a certain point, fake gets a little annoying. Go to the hell. Real spill. She like Bradley Bill. That bitch look like roadkill. Like, it just doesn't really flow. I ain't gonna lie. Have you heard the Nems and Kyle Rich song? Yeah, I heard that, T-Wolves. I'm pretty sure I heard that. Oh yeah, that's the you talking about Maintenance Man? That's Pain. I reacted to that if you haven't heard it already. That's coming from someone who fuck with no links verse heavy. What'd he say? Frank did his thing, not Woddy, respectfully. Yeah, nah. But the lines on it weren't bad. I think the disconnect was like the flow and approach he took to the song. Miami? Nah, I haven't heard it. I'm gonna tune into it on my own time. I got you.